Hi there, it's Sarah Jane from Cards and a Cuppa, and I'm here with a little tutorial for you just to show you how I tied the ribbon on this parcel here. It also works on presents, so this is a great tip for your Christmas wrapping as well. So I've got a little pre-cut card and designer series paper parcel. This card is 5.5 centimetres square, which is about just over 2 1/8 of an inch, and the paper is 5 centimetre, which is about 2 inches. So you're going to need some of the gold thread, which you're going to need about 32 inches or 80 centimetres, which is basically double the width of your grid paper. So if you've got grid paper, just do that, that's fine. So now you need to find the centre. So fold it in half and find the middle, and then place that across the centre. Okay, turn it over, wrap it round, and then twist it at right angles to each other. So you've got a cross at the back. Flip that over, and then when you get to the front, just adjust this centrepiece. Now tie one single knot here. Now with the ends that you've got, you're going to push one underneath this horizontal strip towards you, and then you're going to push one away from you under the horizontal strip. Doesn't matter which side you do which, but as long as they go opposite ways underneath the twine. Now tie another knot above it and pull it quite tight. You need it firm because you don't want it moving around. So there's your basic twist. Now tie a bow once as normal, and then pull it really tight in the centre because you don't want this moving around when you do the next bit. So you can see that's just gone through that loop, so I'll just feed that back through there. Okay, make sure you're happy with your sizes of your loops. They're a bit big, so let's pull them a bit smaller now. Okay, and now because this is quite tight, now all you're going to do is tie another bow on top. Do have to be a bit careful that you don't pull the ribbon underneath because it will move. So do that and pull it again nice and tight. Hold the knot in the centre as you adjust your loop sizes. And there is your 4 looped bow. Now all you do now is trim off these long ends. Now because they are because they were on a roll, they do curl anyway quite easily, and they just seem to lay pretty flat the way I wanted them. Every one I've done has ended up laying in a 4 loop sort of clover shape, so it's not really difficult. You don't have to do much fiddling about with it. And there you have your little gift parcel. So I'll quickly show you the same technique on a present. So okay, so this is a basic craft coloured box. This method works for any parcel. This is what I do for my own Christmas wrapping. I'm using satin ribbon here because it does really lovely big bows. So what you need really is to roughly measure around your parcel twice, and then add a bit for tying a bow. So it's not an exact science, but it roughly works. But you do need to cut this ribbon before you tie it, so because you need to find the centre point. So you have got to allow for a bit of waste with this. Okay, take your centre point and place it over the front of your parcel, the top, whichever part you want showing. Wrap it round, twist it just once, and then fold it round here. Tie it in one knot at the front, and then feed the ribbon, one forward and one backwards. I think I'm doing this the opposite way. Like I say, it doesn't really matter which way you do it as long as they go opposite ways to each other, so whatever's easiest for you. Again, this satin ribbon's good because it's double-sided, so there's not really a front and a back, but you know, if you've got ribbon that has a front and a back, then just make sure that you've got it, twist the ribbon so that it lays the right way. Once you've done your centre knot, then you're just going to tie a simple bow. So take your right hand piece of ribbon and loop it up, and then take your left hand piece of ribbon, and your natural way to go is round the front, but what you need to do is come up and then pull this left hand ribbon down and then go up through here where this finger is, and what you're looking for is a really flat bow like this. And from this, because you've got no twists or turns in it, this is how you're going to get a good looking bow. So you can either push this piece of ribbon up here, which is what I'm going to do, or just keep them both pulled down for a traditional styled bow, and then just keeping your fingers in the loops of the ribbon rather than pulling it flat, because then you crease the ribbon and it ends up with lines in it. Even nice ribbon ends up with lines in it, and then just keep pulling it until you're happy with the size of your bow and your finished end product. So that's your bow, and then all I'm going to do is just trim these down to size. What you need to do as well is don't leave these too long unless you've got ribbon that you can curl or something, because that's when your bow looks funny and you can't understand why, and that's because your tails are disproportionate to your loops. And again, with whatever thickness of ribbon you've got, it decides for you how big a bow you can go, because there's no point in having a great big, you're not going to get a bow out here with ribbon this thin. You're going to need a much wider ribbon if you want a bigger bow. So it's all about proportion, and that's why when you finished it ends up with a look that you're happy with. And that way it's pretty secure, you know, it's not going to slide off, it's not going to come undone too easily. And so there you've got 2 ways to tie a parcel with ribbon. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hop over to my blog for lots more tutorials.